All right. Welcome back to Bring the Juice. I'm your host, Frank Dalena. Today on the pod, not some unfamiliar faces. We got the D-line out here. I got Johnny Hudson Jr., Isaiah Johnson, and Devo Bridges. Fellas, welcome to Bring the Juice. Good to see you. Dogs are rolling.
Good to see you too. Good to see you too.
Thank you for having me back.
I love it.
To be here.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna fold, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
Fellas, things are going, things are rolling. Let's just start off right now real quick on the vibes. How's the vibes of the season between the Dogs, the Valley, all this equilibrium? Johnny, let's start with you, brother.
The vibes are there. Like, I feel like everybody more locked in now than ever. Like, due to the close game with Eastern Washington, like we can't take nobody lightly. I feel like everybody is just clicking more now. The coaches like coaching harder. Everything just like it's on track. So we're not taking no one lightly.
Zay, what you got for me?
I'd say starting off from the summer, the vibes of this team has just been different. Everybody's been saying, like last year's team was just, so great. And, like, I feel like we've always been trying to, just be better than last year's teams. We had Jake Hayner and we had guys last year. So I think everybody's just been locked in. Even, like, when the Water Girls, she was like, you guys don't play around as much this year, like, during practice. And I was just like, yeah, like, we're serious. Like, we're trying to go undefeated. This is a year. We're trying to win. Yeah.
Eva, what you got?
I want to start off with this because I was talking to Zay about this. I was like, remember last year we came on the show? We was, 1-3? We're talking about UConn next week. Like, yeah, we use this game, get back on track. We go there, lose. Yep. And, like, just like how last year, I was like, this is a bad feeling we had last year. Like, like we're finishing our seniors off this way and stuff like that.
Bad
it's
taste
like,
in your mouth.
Yeah. So we did a complete 180 this year, and it's like, it's just crazy. Just like, I don't know, we just trying to fight complacency. And, like, I can see it, like, guys aren't getting complacent. Like, usually 4-0, you get big-headed, you get lazy, you get complacent. Like, I don't see that at all.
That's awesome.
Like, it's kind of crazy. And, like, even, like, after the Eastern Washington game, like, it's like a vibe, like, that we lost. Coach at the mind's like, guys, we won the game.
Right.
It was just all down, like, we lost because, like, we know it wasn't our best performance.
Right.
So I just, like, I love our attitude.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's crazy that last year at this point, y'all came on the pod and, like, we were discussing things weren't going your way. I got to get some receipts here, but I tweeted, don't be surprised when the Dogs end up in the Mountain West Championship game, win their bowl game with class integrity and academic excellence, because I saw the writing on the wall. I knew it was going to happen. And, it's kind of we're sitting here today in a different position. It's not our backs are against the wall, we're a wounded animal, and now we had to crawl the way out of the tunnel, Right. It's opposite. We got a target on our backs, and everyone wants to knock us off. That's just part of, sports in general. Let's use Colorado as an example right now, right? Colorado, Deion Sanders doing some huge things there, right? Everybody, there's two sides of the spectrum. Everybody either's on the bandwagon hoping they shock the world, beat everybody, or they want to see him get knocked off. He had a target one way or another on his back, right? Yeah. Now, personally, I think Deion Sanders is great for the game of football, and I think that, we'll get into that in a little bit. But I think he's great for the game of football, and I think it's when you make noise, that's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen. We'll get back to Deion Sanders, but I like how you brought up, how you aren't complacent right now, Devo, because it's very easy to see, hey, we're getting some votes to get ranked. We're projected to go to these type of bowl games, and on the outside of that internal locker room, it's easy to make these assumptions, kind of talk whatever you want to talk. But realistically, if you got a really good team and a really good program, which we all know at this table, Coach Tedford knows how to lead the pack on something like that. That dude knows how to drive the boat. The only thing that matters is what's going on in that locker room and on that field between those lines when y'all are playing games. So I guess what I should say, how have you each individually been able to block out the outside noise of the hype and understanding we got to take things game by game, play by play, practice by practice, film session by film session? Zay, I'll start with you.
I'd say like the coaches help a lot with that. First off, like Coach Franklin and Coach Tedford are always saying every meeting, you know, that it could be gone. Your ranking could be gone. Basically, you know, all the hype doesn't mean anything. You know, everybody's like you have a target on your back now that you're 4-0. So like, personally, I just go out, you know, every day acting like we're 0-0. Like we haven't won any games, we haven't lost any games. You know, so every game's a new opportunity for us to, you know, put some good out on film, and that's just how it is for me. Like, you know, I don't feel like we're too good. I don't feel like we're too bad. I just feel like we're going in, you know, just trying to make plays and trying to start off with like a good season every game.
Yeah. Devo, what you got?
I feel like the only voice that matters are the ones in the building, you know.
Right.
The guys that grounded with you in the summer, you know, the coaches that are in the fire with you. Because, like, if it was reverse 0-4, you know, we have all this love and stuff like that. So, like, I feel like the only voice that matters are the ones in that building. You know, I love our fans. I love the support and things like that, you know. But last year when things wasn't as hot, you know.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, it's not even about like, oh, I'm keeping receipts necessarily, but it's also as a professional, you know, when you, I was looking at tweets today from the Zach Wilson, the Jets quarterback, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that dude's getting a lot of hate right now. And I'm sorry, at the end of the day, he's a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Like, the dude's not bad at football in the grand scheme of things. Did they want Aaron Rodgers to come save the day and do this, that, and the other? Yes. But does he deserve that? I don't think so. So if the Jets F around this year and end up 500 and maybe having a chance towards the end of the year to get into a wild card spot, are people going to be talking that same way? And that's no diss at their fan base, our fan base, anybody's fan base, but it just goes to prove your point, you know, even stronger, Devo, of just like, it, good or bad, you have to block out the outside noise. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, ever. Johnny, what you got? My original question.
Picking off on what Zay said, like, we were basically taking it week by week. We, like Coach Frank always say, each week 0-0. That's how we play it, and like, by blocking out the noise, I don't feed into all that really.
Yeah.
Like, I don't be looking on Twitter about what they talking about and everything. I respect our opponent, like I respect them.
Have to.
So, yeah, it's just like taking it week by week is the best thing you could do for it. Like, have that mindset of 0-0, going out there, like find like it's your last time on the field. So I just block out the noise, like what Zay said again, with Coach Franklin. Yeah, Coach Franklin.
Before we continue, again, a quick shout out to our sponsors at the American Pistachio Growers. If you want to perform like the pros, eat your pistachios, eat those nuts, kids. Fellas, any of you guys like pistachios at all by chance? A little bit.
I love them.
I actually talked to the pistachio dude.
Wes.
I can't remember his name. Sorry. But,
yeah.
We was at the military, the veterans thing.
Okay.
On the radio over there.
Yeah.
And I had met with him.
Okay.
I talked to Dalena and Comstock.
Yeah.
Like the one with the NIL deal.
I don't know about all that. I just know if you eat your pistachios, good things happen. So, you know, eat those pistachios. Transitioning real quick, you know, last week you guys finally wore all red uniforms at home. Okay. I just want to go around the horn real quick, air this out. What's your favorite uni combo at home? Devo, I'll start with you.
I feel like the all blue we wore last year against San Diego State. Oh my gosh, it was like so like fire. Like it was like all of us wearing all blue. It's like different color. We was wearing red and white, you know, being traditional and stuff like that. We finally broke out the all blues. Oh my gosh, it was like
blue helmets for the first time.
Blue helmets too, like first time blue helmets. That too, I can't forget about that.
Yeah, that was cold.
Yeah, so like I really love the blues.
I never had that.
You ain't had that? Just
I didn't have the blues. I had the all blacks.
I mean, all blacks. I mean, that'd be fire too.
I want to try the all blacks. I wish we had the all blacks.
Man, that would be fire.
We should bring them back.
Yeah, bring them back, coach.
So your all blue is your favorite.
All blue.
All blue.
You got any pictures in all black? I kind of want to see how that's
Yeah, I
going.
look fucking raw too.
We got to tell Ted, but let's wear the all black.
Dude.
You gotta bring them back.
I remember, you know how like the day before a game, like you kind of plan out your swag a little bit, and like again, shout out to Deion Sanders, but like, you know, you look good, you know, bro. You feel good, you play good. Like it's part of the deal, realistically. And I truly believe when you're playing football, when you're getting dressed for a football game at the intensity level that, you know, y'all are playing at right now, you feel like you're getting you're like Superman getting dressed to like go to war, right? And as you put that sock on and those pants on, and like your tape's it's got you all juiced up and shit. And like you're deciding, am I gonna throw? And maybe I'm just going gloves today. Maybe I'm just taping my fingers today. Wrist tape, bands, sleeve, tights, high socks, low socks. What am I doing? You figure out what your identity is gonna be that game a little bit, and like, all right, this is what I'm gonna roll with. But as you're putting it on, material by material or no material, everyone's got their build up, but at some point you hit that like, all right, I'm ready to go to battle now. Like if it's that last like Velcro on your left hand, it's like, okay, I'm ready to go now, right? And then also obviously the ultimate, I'm really ready to go is you kind of have that going. Maybe you throw some eye black on, I don't know. But when Teddy's like, all right, bring it up, and you like a transformer Bumblebee about to go fight next to Optimus Prime, right? Yeah. And I don't know, man. It makes you just feel different doing that shit, bro. Like depending on your swag. I don't know D-line swag, bro. What's D-line swag?
So I keep it real basic. It was crazy because Arizona State, Zay actually came up to me during the game. He's like, Devo, like your swag is like so basic. We got to change it up or something. Like, please,
bro,
throw a long sleeve or something.
He came out no long sleeve, no long socks, no nothing. Just the jersey and the pants. That's it, and the cleats.
Jeffrey Allison used to do that.
But he was a boy. Jeff was a boy.
Jeff used to come out there nothing on.
Yeah.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
I kind of like the no gloves now. Just taping the fingers.
Yeah, well, the tape of the fingers, it's kind of its own superpower, I feel like. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, but I don't know. He came out last game with a long sleeve on. I didn't say nothing to him, but he looked a lot better.
You kind of took note of that?
Yeah, I took his advice a little bit. I said, and I look weak. I said, okay, I'll change it.
What you got, Johnny? I know you've been rocking all kinds of shit lately.
Oh, yeah, I've been drifting. I just go with like the tights, one leg sleeve. I probably throw on some arm sleeve.
All the way up or like forearms?
Don't go all the way up.
Yeah, he's got the guns.
Don't go all the way up, but I just put them on the forearms.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing too major. Gloves. Sometimes no gloves.
Might get a pick.
Might get a pick. Might.
I ain't risking no pick because I don't got any gloves on. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, these hands lethal though,
Licensed?
Verified. Verified.
So is there like dudes in the league where you see their swag, you're like, okay, this is what's happening right now then, or what?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say from last game actually, Eric Brooks. Eric Brooks had
the black.
Oh my God.
The black with the red.
Yeah.
That was tight. I looked at him. I was like, damn, that's kind of tight. I didn't say nothing. I didn't want to boost his ego. I was like, that's kind of tight.
He knew he was the best dressed on the field. He knew.
He had it on, bro. I was looking at him. I was like,
I said, damn, I should have did that.
black cleats, black socks.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
Bro,
that's off to that, boy.
Mac was texting me. He's like, the receivers might go black, and he ended up not doing it, and he beat it. He's like, I should have done it, bro. He was going to go, though, no tights. He was going to go, like, Air Force Ones black, just black gloves. Like,
he should have.
tight.
He should have.
The whole
when you're a white boy, too, it kind of hits a little differently if you go with, like, just the black cleats, I feel like. And they're, like, on some, black Air Force Ones, like that's a statement, bro. At some point,
yeah, that's you on that type of time. You gotta play like it. So you gotta play like it.
On that time.
That's what I'm saying. You're really you're facing some internal demons at that point, right?
Yeah, definitely. When nobody talking about it at that point, you ready to go.
They got a run play. Yeah, feel me, Kent State head ass. I love it though, bro. So all right, wait, John, you didn't answer. So what's your favorite uni combo right now?
I like that all blue too, cause we played last year in that all blue. But all red is right behind it.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think if like Fresno State fans are listening to this, all red's the correct answer.
Yeah.
And I will say, like my time, all red was the correct answer, but I didn't have the blue domes, and that really brings it all together. And it looks under the lights, it looks icy.
You can't forget, those jerseys are magical. Those jerseys were working in San Diego State, the last second comeback.
Hey, I tell people all the time, and I guarantee you, San Diego State's coaching staff, fans, they are hoping. If there's a bet right now to guess if we're going to wear white helmets, white jerseys, and blue pants at San Diego, I'm taking that bet right now. That shit has worked for what? 6 years now, 7 years now. Damn. Have we lost against them in the Blues? In every time we're in blue? I don't think so, bro. I'm hammering that.
Teddy might make us wear that. Teddy might make us wear that.
No, 100% he's going to. Yeah. Day after Thanksgiving? Come on now.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving weekend too?
It's that weekend.
Yeah. Ooh.
At that new stadium.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which I've heard a lot of things about that
I heard they had no fans.
I heard they got no fans. I heard it's kind of weak out in San Diego.
I mean, he just ain't got nothing on the Valley.
Hey, Red Wave been showing out, bro.
Yeah.
Red Wave been showing out.
Yeah, ain't nobody got nothing on the Valley.
They've been coming to every game. Like the last, even
I would
last
say-
season.
Never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
Easily best atmosphere in the Mountain West.
Best atmosphere in California, probably.
Yeah,
California for sure.
definitely not the Rose Bowl. even like USC's, what do they bring? Like they're top 10 right now. I don't know what they are, but it still is not lit.
Yeah.
No,
Not like
at
us.
all. No.
Red Wave come through and shut that thing down.
What would you want to see from the Red Wave if you guys could say not say anything, but like you're on Bring the Juice, you know, you can say whatever the fuck you want on here.
I want to see Red Wave, packed out first quarter.
Man.
First quarter. Sometimes it takes
Opening
a little
kickoff.
while.
Opening
kickoff.
kickoff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be packed. Second quarter I look up, oh, it's full now. But I want
Right.
to see that opening kickoff.
I think they should lie about the kickoff time, low key.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like it's really 7:30. 7:10 kickoff tonight. Might work.
Yeah.
Johnny, what you think? What you want to see?
I want to see them. I want to see them all out there doing pregame. Like when we come on the field, everybody just cheering. Like that's definitely like a boost to what we're gonna do.
Running down the ramp when it's popping, it's the adrenaline rush is honestly, it's like top. It's top tier.
That's what we was telling all the new guys who cause last year my first year at Fresno, so
Okay.
when I came and I played and I never experienced. Cause I never been to a Fresno State game.
Yeah.
Like they recruited me last minute. I got in. And it was just like the first game. It was like the first home game was crazy. It was like I never experienced nothing like it.
Yeah.
Never. And I was just like, I low key almost froze up, but I had to get back in that mode. So
Yeah.
it was crazy. I love the fans though.
Well, when you like I said, we brought up Tedford brings it up. You says a little speech. You're already just like your piss is hot. You're fired up, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta hit Coach
In
Brown.
that walk, and Tedford's one of those dudes who's so cool, calm, and collected. But like when it's time, right?
Yeah.
And I think when you start walking, you kind of hit that red wall. You hear a couple chirps. Yeah. And then you hit that corner where the grade starts going down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you floating right there at that point, right? And then you start going down the ramp and it's like you can't really see shit, but you can hear a little hooting and hollering. And then once you get vision outside the walls, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but when you run out, and depending how you run, it knocks the wind out of you almost, bro. You don't realize that you're like, I'm sprinting right now.
Sprinting 100 yards.
Damn near doing a gasser, right? No, Fresno State's
100
wild
yards.
for that.
Nah, I just like it. Like when we go to away games and we pull up in the buses, everybody's flipping us off and shit like that. That's tight. I feel like Red Wave needs to do that. I don't know if they do because we be pregame and stuff.
I honestly don't know if they do either.
Yeah, but if they could do that, that would be tight right there.
I will say,
That'd
when
be
I
tight.
played Bama, one of the coolest things was you drive down on the way to the stadium and there's all the frats, and everyone knows that the opposing team's coming out, and all these frat boys stand on the lawn, sorority chicks too, and they just go like this. They don't scream. I mean, maybe they scream, but from the inside of the bus, all I saw was this: turn around, turn around, and it had a sign: turn around, you don't want this. Then you're just like, wow, that's tight as shit, bro.
That's hard, especially from a winning program like them. That's hard.
They won the Natty that year with Tua and Jalen Hurts. So they
boys.
could do that if they wanted to, but that was crazy. That's not even like they're not throwing eggs. They're not saying anything. There's
Nothing.
there's one thing about having fun here and there, but it wasn't over the top. They didn't cross any lines. Just hey, we're not hoping your quarterback gets hurt. Nothing. Turn around. I don't know, Johnny. So wait, hold on. So you're from Atlanta?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been to Atlanta a few times.
How you like it?
I love it. I might buy a house out there.
You should.
How did the guy from Atlanta start playing football at Fresno State? Tell me that journey.
It was a journey. Started off in high school. I had signed with University of South Florida, but then
USF.
Yeah, USF.
Yep.
But my ACT score had got canceled. They flagged it for a reason I really don't know about. So I ended up going JUCO in Mississippi. So that was my first JUCO.
Why Mississippi?
It was like last minute call, you know, and then they hit me up. It was like, yeah, we could take you right now. So my grandma, we had Drew down there.
How far is that from Atlanta?
About 5 hours. Yeah,
It's not close.
Yeah,
It ain't far, but it ain't close.
Yeah, closer than Cali though.
Yeah. They don't have JUCO in Georgia,
Oh yeah, they have JUCO in Georgia.
but this was a good program.
Yeah, it was a good program, national program. So yeah, and I went there and I played snaps every now and then. I didn't start because it was like guys who've been there for a minute who started, but then COVID hit. So it was like when COVID hit, it was like, what am I gonna do? Because the guys at Jones, they released everyone from out of state. They released everyone. So I was like on my high horse because I was the last one they called because they was trying to get them guys in to do like 3 years because of COVID. I guess they knew that the guys were going to get that COVID year back.
Okay.
So they was trying to get them in. They was like, oh, I'll take a chance on this guy going 3 years. So head coach from Contra Costa had called in the Bay Area.
Okay.
So
So Cali.
Yeah.
Still, Mississippi to Cali, that's a big connection.
It was. I was going to go to Hudson at first.
Okay.
But then this guy, he was telling me some good things, you know, so.
So you went 2 JUCOs.
Yeah,
essentially.
two.
It's a fucking journey.
Yeah, it was a journey. It was a hard decision, but.
Did you ever? You never came and visited this JUCO, obviously.
Never.
So you went from Atlanta, you went to Mississippi, and then you took your happy ass out to Cali.
Straight to Cali. Me and my cousin, he's at San Jose now.
He's playing there?
Yeah.
But y'all came together that whole
We
road?
came together.
Damn.
Yep.
So you come to JUCO in Cali, and how that roll?
Cali JUCO is different.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's not no food plan or nothing. You like, so we was working a job.
What were you working?
It was called Lug. It was like a moving company.
Okay.
So, yeah, we was working for Lug, and it was like, it was a day-by-day type of job. Like, you could schedule on your own, so it was actually pretty good. So, we was, like, scheduling through class, through practice, all that. So, it was kind of rough. And it got a little bit depressing. But, like, at that point, you just got to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
You can't give up. You just got to keep going. And that's how I felt. Like, I just, like, had to keep going in the right direction. So, I didn't give up. I wanted to give up so many times, but just never gave up.
I mean, that's so you were going from JUCO practice, moving couches in between, damn near.
Yes.
What was, if you don't mind me asking, what was the hardest day you could remember from that period? That sounds like some shit.
Hardest day. I think I had to wake up at like 6 a.m. And I had to go. I went to work first. Went to work and I was doing work like school work while I was working at the same time because we had like this big essay due. I was doing it on my phone and my computer, so it was like I was doing all that and then had to hurry up and rush to practice. And it was one of them practice where like after practice we got the 100 yards and we had to run a snake. It's called a snake. So it's every 5 yards.
That's some Pop Warner shit.
Yeah, you just run the whole field. That's how it was.
Don't let Andy Ward hear this.
It's my last year. Hey, run the snake, coach.
Joe's screwed.
Chill.
But
got one more.
that was probably
chill.
the hardest day because like mentally and physically I was just tired, and it was like one of them days I was like I felt like giving up because no colleges tapping in at that point, so it was just like, what am I doing here? But then I just kept the right mindset. Ended my career with like 8-9 sacks, defensive player of the year. Yeah, and even after that.
Let him know.
Yeah, even after that, when no one hit me up, then I got this call from Coach Franklin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually took a visit down here. I wasn't going to even take no visit. I was just going to come.
How far was the JUCO from Fresno?
It's about 3 hours.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's like right in Richmond.
Okay.
Right
So you took a visit down here?
Actually, I went home first.
To Atlanta?
Yeah, and I went back to Atlanta. And I brought my brothers with me on the visit. So came on the visit like.
Was it during a home game or was it on the off season?
No, it was like during January.
Oh, yeah. Weird time of year. That's a shitty time of year to be in Fresno. I mean,
Matt Lawson was my host. My bad, man. My bad, man. But yeah, I almost didn't come. Matt, yeah, he was like, man, there's nothing to do. It was just like, yeah, no. It was a big no. So I was kind of skeptical about coming. But like it was like hella schools was hitting me up during the visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got hot for a little bit.
I got hot because
So you got options at this point.
I got options.
So why'd you pick Fresno?
The reason I picked Fresno is because of Coach Franklin. Like he's a good dude. He was talking to me. His resume is like it just everything adds up. Like we had one-on-one conversations, and it was just like I want to play for him. He gonna get me where I really want to be.
Right.
So like I take that sacrifice of being far away from home.
Sure.
And risking my folks coming every game. Like I was just like I take the sacrifice.
Right.
Like cause you gotta sacrifice something. So that's the sacrifice I took, and so far it's helped me.
Has your fan been able to make it out to a game yet?
My brothers, they came. My brothers actually was here last week, and last year they came to Las Vegas.
Okay.
And played UNF.
Any games on the horizon? You think maybe? You think they'll come to senior night or something like that?
That's the plan. The plan is everybody to come to senior night.
First time in Fresno for the Hudson fan.
But the Hudson, and yeah.
How deep they gonna come? You think?
I don't know. I can't give you enough.
I've done that trip from Fresno. So Mike was on the Falcons for the last 3 years. So I try to make it a thing where I go and see all the boys play at least once a year, right? Because like you said, it's hard to travel. It's hard for families to travel. It's hard for people got jobs. People got they got life going on, right? Like you can't just drop everything and go to a game all of a sudden. But you know what? I have realized, especially since I've been done playing football, like it's a special thing to play college football, professional football, anything professional in athletics. It's a rare ass thing, and we take advantage of it because you're in it, you're practicing it, and you got to think back to those days when like there was Zay. We were talking before the pod, like there is a point when you're a sophomore, junior in high school, and you think playing D1 is it's the only thing that matters. Definitely. It's everything. If you play D1. And I don't know, maybe in the back of your head, you're like, I want to go to the league. But the main thing at one point in life is I want to play D1. I want to play in front of a big-ass crowd like the Red Wave. I want to play D1. I want to get the free backpack before semester starts so I can rock that hole on campus.
For real. I'm not,
I need the little hoodie with my number on it so people know.
Yeah.
Like, these are things that, you know, for the people that made it, they're proud of still, and the people that didn't make it, they envy at points. And there's no right answer there. Like I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I do think, and I remember being at this point where my freshman year, when you first get your last name with a Division I program connected to it, you are so fired up. My first time I saw my jersey with my name on my back, you take a picture of it and you send it to somebody you love, right?
Yeah.
For sure?
For sure.
Right?
For sure did.
For sure. Post it on Instagram.
You get a new, at least on the story, right?
Yeah.
Come on now. Now, by the time you're a sophomore, junior, you might need a really cool like new hoodie to like post on the story, right? By the time you're a senior, bro, we'd get a new hoodie. I'm giving it to my little cousin. I'm not even rocking that, man. Like,
I probably got about 10 backpacks.
That's what I'm saying.
They get
And you
them
know
all
what?
the
But
way.
you know what though? Here's the thing that I learned. You know, I'm 26 years old now. I feel like I'm 110 though. I got little cousins who are in high school. To even Joe, my youngest brother, who y'all play with now, which is fucking crazy. You guys played with all three of us. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there was a point when he was a kid in high school who thought that backpack was the coolest thing in the world because he got to rock a team-issued Division I backpack at school while his other buddies had to go to the Bulldog shop to go buy that shit. Nah, this is team-issued. It's got a little number on the side.
Yeah.
It's big bro, right? You forget how cool that is, and like it gets diluted when you're in the game long enough. You know, we take advantage of walking down that ramp and seeing the Red Wave. It's like, good game, good win. It's like, bro, it's hard to win a football game.
Yeah, you forget that.
It's hard to win a football game. People forget. Yeah. There's 126, 128 college football programs D1 in the country. Y'all top 25 right now.
Yeah.
And guess what? There's SEC that's not in there. There's Big 12, Pac-12, all the bullshit in between. Not saying I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but like in the midst of this game, you become obsessed with it, right? As you should be, because if you're chasing greatness, you need to be obsessed with that shit. But at the same time, you got to take a look back. You got to take a little step outside the scope for a second. Be like, yo, look where we're at, man. Enjoy it, because you don't realize it until it's gone. Yeah. Like that. Not trying to make y'all, I know y'all on the older end of your career. Don't get depressed, but I realized it after my last spring ball, where you're just like, damn, bro, like my last spring ball. Mm-hmm. Last summer. Last Own Your House, we talked about before the pod. Last time running the stadium. Now, I still want to run it every once in a while, but I haven't, because I know I'm going to be slow as shit now. But, bro, your last game, it's like, I knew, and I know you guys are all going to play in the NFL multiple years, and I hope you do, and you keep coming on Bring the Juice, and you throw me a lob with a jersey, and I'll take mine off and put yours on. But I'm saying this. I knew my last football game was my last football game because I was not trying to go to the league. I was trying to pursue other things athletically. And it's like, your last time literally strapping that shit up takes a little bit out of you, bro. Strapping it up the first time, not really. Taking it off the first time. Because you're just like, damn, bro. Years struggles where like your family went through it. Like, you might have been out in Mississippi struggling, but like I'm sure you had somebody back at home you called every fucking day to tell them how shit's going. Or you made a send out to Cali. Or you guys' journey's been crazy. You got COVID in between, bro. Like, you vent to somebody. There's somebody in your life that you love that you don't even realize has gone. You're the one running the gaster ladders and making the tackles and strapping up every week and getting the free backpacks and strapping up the uni. But like, for me, it's like, dude, like there's people in my life that I love that when things were good, they felt that high. And when things were low, they felt that pain too, And I mean, I think now it's because I got two bros on the team that are in different kind of statuses of their career, if you will. And like, for like my brother Mac, it's like, dude, like I know where you're at. You're chasing greatness. You're doing really good. Like, keep fucking hooping. Now it's like keep your foot on the gas, right? Because you've earned your way. You went from special teams to a dude to a starter, and now you're just like, let's see what we can do to get stats and like become an all league dude, an all American dude, and play special teams in the league, and then to grow a role and like all this shit, right? Versus my youngest brother, I'm like, dude, enjoy the process. Like, learn, be a sponge, see the older dudes work, like get in work after practice, because best believe there's a dude your age and your position at San Diego State and San Jose State and Boise who are doing the same shit. Like, you need to get that competitive edge. And that kind of leads me into my next question before I have this quick ad read. But think on it. I want to know what y'all's competitive edge is. But before we do, got to give a quick shout out to our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season. You just select two or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. Get this, guys. With Prize Picks Reboot, their policy, on your entries, they stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Yes, if they tear an ACL, tear an Achilles, it doesn't matter. We wish health for everybody. It doesn't matter. It stays in play, right? Even if a player gets injured, for NFL games and college football games, top 25 matchups, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, the player is rebooted. I've had this happen to me, and guess what? I appreciate them, because that's just not right. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy sports platform, with injury insurance. And Prize Picks is the one that we go with constantly. You submit an entry, pick two or more players, more or less. You go for it. Right now, I think tonight we are watching Thursday Night Football as we're recording this pod. I had more or less on Jared Goff, 1.5 touchdowns. I took the more. I also had him 1.5 interceptions. He already threw one. I had the Green Bay kicker, more or less 1.5 field goals. He already has one. I don't know what's going on right now. A lot's going on. I think we're going to 25x our money, or at least something up our money tonight because of Prize Picks. Shout out to Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/juice and use code JUICE for our first deposit match up to $100. That's code JUICE. Fellas, I mentioned I went on a little rant there. My drink tastes nice. What can I say? But the competitive advantage, and we, Johnny, we just touched on your story heavily. Zay, Devo, like, I know you guys got stories too. You've been on Bring the Juice, but I want to let Johnny have his moment. The competitive advantage, though, like Zay, let's start with you, bro. Like, you've been through some shit. You've been through a lot of things. What is the heavy piece of lead that keeps your foot on the gas?
I just say, like, you know, what keeps me going every day is really my family. You know, they're the ones that have my back and stuff like that.
Right.
I talk to, you know, my mom almost every day. And, you know, she's just, like, always in my ear telling me how I need to keep on going, you know, because there's been times I want to, you know, just stop. You know, every now and then, you know, it's just...
You lose that fire. I get it.
Yeah, and then she's the one that, you know, she always has my back, you know, keep on going. She tells me what to do, you know, so, like, she's the one that keeps me, you know, keeps my foot on that pedal. But then just, like, competitive edge, I just feel like, you know, when I'm out on the field, I feel like I'm better than, like, my opponents, like, with my speed.
Sure.
You know, because I'm not a huge defensive end. I'm pretty small for defensive end. So I just say, like, my speed overall, you know, I could get around defenders. You know, I had a couple PBUs last year. You know, I had one this year. So, you know, just getting around, be able to make plays using my speed. I know I could do that to make plays, and, you know, so I'm just going to use that to my advantage. You know, so every day after practice, you know, I'd be working on get off sometimes. You know, I know Devo does too. And we just do, like, little things to help us. Johnny's strong. That's what it is. Johnny's strong. But yeah, so I just do, like, the little things I know is going to help me improve my game, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, it keeps me in the game. You know, I've been, you know, I feel like decently successful, you know, playing at the D1 level. So just doing that every day, you know, it's going to help me out in the long run.
Johnny?
Honestly, before up to a year ago, my competitive edge was my family, and it still is. But I just had a son.
Oh, congratulations.
So, appreciate
What's
it.
the name?
Johnny Hudson III.
J3.
That's exactly why I call him J3.
Wow.
Yeah, so, like,
That's
it's
so
like,
raw.
It's like my competitive edge is like, it's like on a whole different level now. Like, I just look in his eyes and I want to, like, be something, like, even further than what I am now. Like, not just a D1 college athlete. It made me want to go to the league even more.
Provide.
So I could provide, like,
Right.
and have him live a life that I never had. So I just, like, it's a whole different drive.
Yeah.
Like, some guys may feel me who's listening, but, like, when you have a kid, it's like, it's different. It's a different emotion for the sport. It's like, you can't do the wrong things. You gotta do the little things. You gotta do everything right. So it's like, that's my competitive edge right now. And it's like, of course, it's my family too. My mom, my dad. Like, want to be able to get them the biggest house I can buy them.
Of course.
So it's like, but my son, yeah, it's like, I look in his eyes every time I talk to him. He already in Atlanta, so it's like,
how old is he?
He's 9 months, finna be 10 months.
Shit.
Yeah, so it's
When's his birthday?
December 13th, 2022.
I'm the 6th.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it's like, I look in his eyes every time I talk to him. And it's just like, every time I talk to him, literally, it's like, it drives me to be better.
Yeah.
Like, I want his life to be amazing. I want him to be able to say his daddy played in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah, and I want him to, like, pick whatever sport he decides, and I'm going to give it 110% for him. So that's my competitive edge. That's what make me go hard on the field. That's what make me play better.
Devo.
Oh, my turn now. Also, my competitive edge is that I want to be the best version of myself. You know, it's hard. You play this game, you know, see other people having success. You're like, oh, why can't I be like that? Why can't I be like them? You know, it's just something you can't do.
Yeah.
I learned in this game. You can't do that. You can't base your process on someone else's process. So like I learned to love it and trust it, and like I want to be the best version of myself. So every day, I come in, try to be 1% better. Work on the little things. Everybody been saying the little things matter. Right. A bunch of little wins, they stack up.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick.
Shit.
So I just want to be the best version of myself. I want to be a great player.
Yeah.
So someone I remember that's playing hard, always did the right thing, someone that play hard. So that's what I'm remembered for.
Damn, you guys are fucking preaching out here, bro. I love it. Devo, I like that you said that, and like, regardless of religion, I think if you have prayer in your life, it's a positive thing as a human being, especially when you're an athlete. I think you turn to God regardless of how much you go to church, do what the other. And I've said this too before, like, this is without a doubt not a scripture podcast, but when shit hits the fan when you're a human being, or you got someone you love on their deathbed, you say, why God, right? Or God help me, something along those lines, right? Yeah. And I've always learned, and maybe this is just the way I was taught, but I was always taught as a wide receiver, as a skill position, like, don't go into a game saying, dear God, help me score a touchdown today. Because he can't control how many touchdowns you scored. Right. You might say, dear God, help me, give me an opportunity to be the best version of myself I could possibly be, right? Because you can't necessarily... Everyone's limited to some capacity, And at the same time, like, I'm not... A prayer is not a wish necessarily, right? It might feel like one. When you're desperate, it definitely is. But it's a situation of, like, I got my family support. I know what I'm trying to do. And I really pray, like, I pray with my now wife and stuff like that. I pray with my mom and dad at times. But I got an 82-mile commute to work every day at 2 a.m. I'm driving solo. I don't listen to music, nothing. I'm thinking, I got a notebook next to me to think of badass Bring the Juice ideas on how I'm going to keep growing. Because we're like trees, bro. If you ain't growing, you're dying, 100%. Sure. But I also say a prayer every morning because it's a great way to start your day, first of all. And I feel like the more I've matured in my life, I've learned what to pray for. And at first, you pray for... I remember at Fresno State, I would be the first one there every morning, and I would pray for... Help me play to the best of my abilities. Keep me safe. Keep me safe and healthy. Because as we also know, too, injuries could kill you as a career. Definitely. In all different sorts of ways. Either you get... There's two ways. It's a two-sided coin here, okay? You get hurt and you don't perform like you used to, and now you're not an asset. Or two, you get hurt, you're recovering. That's great. But guess what? There's dudes behind you on scholarship. There's dudes behind you who are walk-ons. I don't give a shit. That are trying to get on scholarship and they have drive. They're coming. There are boys. I have boys just like this, but they're coming to take your spot. Right. Ultimately, right? And that's at the college level. What do you think is at the NFL level? A grown-ass man is trying to take another grown-ass man's job.
To feed his family.
Yeah.
Right? So do what you want about, prayer, God, everything in between. But, like, I've just learned I want to do everything in my abilities to control the controllable in order to be the best version of myself I could possibly be day in and day out. And at this point in life, and Johnny, for you, Zay, Devo, everybody, like, we want to do that as someday husband, fathers, brothers, sons, uncles, employees, bosses, friends, teammates, hosts of podcasts. I legit throw that in there every morning. Let me be able to have a platform where athletes could come on and say how they feel as a human being, and other people who are going through shit that our athletes can relate to, and maybe turn it into a positive in their life. If we have a 1 hour podcast right now, and there's one kid out in bumfuck Egypt who listens to this shit, and he heard something one of y'all said, and is like, I felt that, I'm gonna be better today, then I'm going to keep doing Bring the Juice just for that one kid every week. And you have to have that mindset, right? Right. In my position position you're in is I need to grind. You got to feed your family. You got to put on for your family. You're trying to go to the league. There's a window of time here to be successful. And I think people don't realize that, especially playing college, right? College, you can't just play college. You can't just keep playing for Fresno State, right? You got a ticking time bomb, basically.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if you redshirted, it's one thing. If you got the COVID year, it's one thing. So some people got more than others. But when you get to the league, some of my best friends right now are going through it. Like, shit ain't always sweet. You don't know when you're I knew my last football game was going to happen. I made that internal decision of this is what I'm going to do and be about, right? I knew that. And I'm proud of it. I got 4 fucking jerseys on the wall standing behind us. Like, I'm proud of that shit. I walked on, earned my skull, I did my thing. But I will say this. I also came to peace when it was done. I know dudes, and I'm sure you guys know dudes who we played with. They don't know when they're done, and it's a hard thing to let go. And you got to strike while the iron's hot, so you got to take advantage of things. I'm not saying I got all the answers, but it's a full scope of what really goes down in the world. So, Devo, when we, again, like we talk about maximizing our potential, being the best version of ourselves we could possibly be, that shit runs deep. And before we talk about who can maximize your potential, quick shout out to our friends at FFB Bank. Fresno First Bank. You guys heard of them? You guys seen them? See them around?
Yeah.
Give these guys some NIL deals, first of all. What are we doing, FFB? Come on now.
Please get a commercial.
Come on now.
Please.
Come on now. We got a commercial right here. Right? Come on now. Johnny's funny as shit. Come on now. But my point is FFB Bank used to be known as Fresno First Bank. Now FFB. They were usually just Valley known. They're now national known. The same way Bring the Juice was just kind of Valley known. They're now nationally known. FFB, you walk in there, they give you a sound business approach for anything you want to do. They talk to you like a human being. Hey, did you see the dogs win last week? Did you listen to the last episode of Bring the Juice? Shaking hands, kissing babies, everything in between. If you got a business and you want to succeed, use FFB Bank for all your banking needs. They take a sound business approach, and they take care of you the way you want to be treated. FFB Bank. All right, so I brought up the Deion thing earlier today. I want you guys' 2 cents on it, though. So, I think Deion... You guys talked to LP lately?
Yeah, I talk to him every day.
All right. LP, Leonard Payne. I played with him. Y'all played. Did you ever play with LP?
Yeah, I played with LP last year.
Okay, so what's LP saying right now? You don't gotta quote him, but generally, does he love Deion or how's it going?
Yeah, he loves the atmosphere.
Okay.
Because he's being coached, by a black coach and do with culture and stuff like that. So he loves that every day, and he loves I'm trying to say the nutrition they have and the things he brings.
Sure.
Yeah, he brings the hype, the atmosphere, he brings all that to Colorado. So I feel like it's a bigger stage. He feels like.
Okay.
So he loves that and he loves being there.
Bro, they had chicken and waffles for breakfast one time. Chicken and waffles. I swear.
I said a special day. Oh no, they actually had tomahawk steaks last week.
Tomahawk steaks at Colorado.
Yes.
Before they played Oregon, they also had duck.
Yeah, duck
they
too.
Had duck.
And their fries were fried.
Hold on.
They had duck.
Holy shit. So Colorado Boulder was about to play Oregon, and they ate actual duck for dinner.
Yeah.
And their fries were fried in the duck grease.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit. Damn. Well, I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah,
when I see he's hooping. He is doing really good. It seems like.
Yeah.
But what, I had so many conversations the last week. I haven't really talked about it on the pod yet, but college football in general. Do you think this Deion stuff? Do you think that it's just hype right now? They got humbled last week. I personally, in my 2 cents, you guys could build off this. I think he went into a tough situation. Mm-hmm. Clean house. It's hard to rebuild, not a program, a culture in less than a year, right? Yeah. The Pac-12's the best they've ever been right now, of course.
Loaded.
But, and I feel like the media, though, is portraying them, I don't want to say more than they should, but definitely a biased amount. If you follow ESPN on Instagram, they're like, Colorado's playing Oregon's fight song at practice. And you're just bro.
Everybody.
Every country, everybody in the country does that shit, right? So I feel like it's not their fault. They're getting too much hype necessarily. And I do think Deion kind of knows that a little bit. But I think it's a situation where clearly he's had success. As long as they don't tank the rest of the season, which I don't think they will. And I think, you know, they got some big games coming up. I think they'll sneak away with one of them probably.
Definitely.
Right?
They're going
But
to.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying is, do you think he's the type of dude to like become long term at a Alabama once Nick Saban's done, or a Florida State, his alma mater, or something like that? You think Deion Sanders could be a national championship consistently winning coach in the United States?
I think he can. I think like just because of his name, like
Of course.
if he go to a program like that, which a program that already get highly recruited people, so if he go to a program like that, he gonna get the kids that that actually want to come, because it's SEC now at this point. Like speaking on Alabama, it's SEC plus Nick Saban's gone. Deion Sanders the head coach. It's Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
So many kids look up to him, just like they did Saban. So I think he can definitely do it.
Yeah, I say he has the potential. Like it's always like it's his name, Deion Sanders. You know,
How far does that take you though? How far does that take you though?
For right now, I feel like for a few years, you know, as long as the kids know who Deion Sanders is, and he has the gold jacket. You know, he's a Hall of Fame guy. So I feel like as long as they know who he is, he could turn any type of program around. You know, the Buffs they only won one game last season. And right now they're at. They're already 3-1 now.
3-1.
So, you know, he has a lot of promise. He has a lot of potential. And
Right.
I feel like right now everybody trusts him. You know, they lost to Oregon, but Oregon's a good team. It's
Oregon's
not like-
raw.
Yeah.
Shout out to Evan Williams, by the way.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Hooped.
Great game. 2 sacks, too.
Yeah, he was hooping.
Good for Evan.
Yeah, I love that for him.
Big juice guy. Love it. Devo, what you
Kids
got?
too.
I think I hope he does it too, you know. But I feel like the more his resume builds and builds, you know, see what he does this year, he does the year after that, what he does for Colorado. I mean, like, you already turned him around from a 1-11 program. I feel like he win 7-8 games this year. He's coach of the year in the Pac-12, you know. Yeah. So I just feel like he can do it, you know. I want him to too.
Dude, me too. Are you kidding me? It's good.
I'm rooting for them.
Dude, it's good for college football. It's like it's one of those things like you want to see an underdog do well, right? Like
Definitely.
The haters got to do well, and I think I'm not glad they lost to Oregon, but I think it was unrealistic to say they're going to go 12-0 this year.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
unrealistic,
Very
right?
unrealistic.
And I think there was this, and that's why I feel bad for Deion. I think he even knows, because he is a humble dude at the end of the day. Like, don't get me wrong, he talks his shit, he walks his walk, but for who he is, he stays pretty real with things. Like he loses with class, even though he talks his shit when he wins, right? But and I think like that's a cool type of moxie to have for a head coach. You know, that's very rare to have in a head coach. Very rare. But I think it's one of those things now where the media isn't riding them, let's call it that, for being look how, you know, their shit don't stink. They lost to Oregon. But now it's like, okay, we're back on planet Earth, but I'm still Deion Sanders. I got a raw football team.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't think it's even the players. That's why I asked about LP, because like LP's raw. He's hooping. I hope he does well and makes it to the league off this. But I think it's more the culture he built. If you could be a head coach, and I think people don't understand this, if you could be a head coach and get your entire team from your number one starter to your weakest link to all buy in and own their role, if you're Travis Hunter and you gotta ball out every week, to your crappiest, you know, backup scout team, it's whatever the fuck you want to call it,
Right.
to all be on the same page of I'm gonna help this team get better every week, and my coach cares about me, and I'm gonna give him everything because he gives me everything. You got a special thing, and I think Deion is just very fast and rapid about showing that to his players, and that's why he's having success. Obviously, on top of everything else, I don't think he's necessarily an X's and O's, you know, mastermind that knows so much more than everybody else, and that's not it. You know, Kalen DeBoer, shout out to Kalen DeBoer, UW's doing great, but like we know Kalen DeBoer, he doesn't have the same swagger as Deion Sanders necessarily at all. Not even close, really. But guess what?
Not at all.
But guess what? He knows his X's and O's.
Definitely.
And that's enough to win football games. I think Deion, he knows his X's and O's, but I don't think he's recreating the wheel, if you will. And he's proven, though, I don't need to recreate the wheel. I just need 100, 110 dudes, however many's on a football team, to all buy into the same message and follow me and be with me in whatever the hell shit comes to our way, and we're going to be successful. And I think that is very powerful for, a young group of men, put it that way.
Yeah. I think he got their head on right for real. Because, Travis Hunter and the kid from Colorado, they actually made up. It was on ESPN as well.
Yeah.
They shook hands. I guess they he let them know.
I think it was blown out of proportion a little bit, probably.
It
It's football.
I was going to say,
Definitely football.
if it wasn't that game, I don't think it would have.
Blown up like that.
It might have been a tweet or something like that, but you don't have dudes trying to get this kid banned from football for life. I mean, dude, come on, man.
Kid getting death threats.
He gets death threats, his whole family.
Yeah,
That's just
that wasn't right.
And that's a high-strung game. They was in it.
They was going at it.
And you know what? Again, Colorado, they were talking their shit. Whatever, let it happen. Emotions run. Yeah. You're a safety coming downhill with the free shot. I mean,
who's not going to take it? Yeah.
I played wide receiver, and I'm like, I'm not even that. You can't be that mad about it. Like, it's part of the deal.
It's football.
I'm about to take that
You're
shot
gonna
too.
get hit. It's football.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like he was good for like shaking his hand and stuff. It was on ESPN. Like I was like, he real for that. He ain't take it personal because it's football.
Right. And it just bothered me. It doesn't bother me right now, but like, people have blown this whole shit out of proportion a little bit. Yeah. And it's not. And people don't realize, like, listen, we got a locker room too, and if you put some bulletin board type crap out to where you go and talk shit on our program, or you go and you take a video, you spit on the dog, and it's brought up in a Friday. Let's say Nevada, okay? Let's say Nevada comes and takes video of them spitting and pissing on the Fresno State Bulldog, and Tedford puts it up in Friday night meetings. Y'all fired up.
Definitely.
You're fired up. You're pissed. Even more than you were, you're pissed. You're on level 10. Yeah. What'd you think was going to happen, man?
That's what I mean.
Like, you could say all this, we're personal, wear sunglasses. You disrespect a team enough, they're going to get pissed. And you get 110 dudes, like we said, on the same page with the coaching staff saying, man, F this. They're going to fight.
Yeah.
To the 0-0-0, fourth quarter.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to fight the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't even a bad hit. I mean, it was a bad hit, but it wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen some worse shit.
I've seen a lot worse. Like, it was.
It's football.
Yeah. Some guys on the team would have did a lot worse, Yeah. So that's what I mean. He didn't deserve all the death threats and stuff. It was a bad hit. He deserved the flag, but.
And I feel like Travis Hunter understood. Like, it's football, so that's why he dapped him up. He was like, it's good. Like, I'm glad he did that though, to show people like.
It's not that
just
serious.
chill. It's not that serious. Football. We all play sport,
football, And I think even the Colorado guys, like, I think they're like, hey man, like, why is ESPN Instagramming us?
Like they too deep.
Doing shit that's regular for every other program in the country. I would be bothered. I'd be like, why are you making a big deal?
I couldn't be around that many like cameras. There's too much cameras around. Like they have cameras in the meeting rooms and like.
That's prime time though.
It is.
That's prime time. And but like anything. Anything, we talked about at the beginning of the pod. You get a target on your back. There's pros and cons to the situation. Yeah, it's hard to adjust to, man. Yeah.
He's definitely building that program. I like what he's doing with it.
It's all eyes on him.
It's good for college football. It's good for college football.
It's great. Yeah, they're probably not gonna try to get rid of him. No time.
Nah, they said he's valued at over like $1 billion for Colorado over his contract. So he's bringing a lot of money.
I think what's interesting is Colorado is not necessarily known to be a football school, right? Yeah. Like they're not like a
powerhouse.
Yeah, no, they're not a staple. Even in the Pac-12, like they're not even like top 8. I feel like in powerhouse names of the Pac-12. Like I'd even throw Stanford's not that good this year. Stanford's a bigger household name for football than Colorado is, right?
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Right? And Stanford is ass this year. But I mean, Deion's making noise, bro. He's good for college football. I think one of the best things about college football is things are stayed electric. They're stayed good. You never know what can happen necessarily. And, it teaches young men like yourself, like, how to approach each day, whether you're, like we said, 1-4, things aren't looking good, or 4-0, and she's looking pretty sweet right now. Like, it does not matter. You have to stay at this, like, same pace of consistency no matter what. You're getting your head's getting big, or you're getting shot in the fucking back by people you love. Like, you gotta walk through the desert in the storm by yourself, eat it on the chin, and just know your head's gonna come out okay.
Definitely.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
That was a bar right there. All right, Devo, before I wrap it up today, anything you want to say to Bring the Juice Nation? Things have been good. Things have been hot.
I just want to say thank you for having me again.
You look great, bro.
Railway, make sure y'all sell out the Valley Children's Stadium this weekend. We want to see what 41,000. That's our max. I want to see it maxed out this weekend.
Johnny Hudson, what you got?
What I want to say is I'm gonna be supporting Bring the Juice for a long time. This is great. This is great. What you doing
For the boys.
Just like what Devo said though. Hey, Red Wave, let's pack it out this weekend. Make sure y'all get y'all some of that Bring the Juice gear.
Oh,
Yeah,
ambassador.
let's rock out.
Zay, bring us home.
Just want to say shout out Red Wave. Also shout out Bring the Juice. I'm trying to be ambassador too. I got one of y'all hats on one of my Instagram pictures.
Got you on the program. We'll collab.
Yeah. But appreciate Bring the Juice. Thank you for having me. Hope everything goes well and hope you have a great year of success.
I hope we see all these boys back on the pod next year in the league or all league or whatever the hell's going on in the world. Wish you all the best. Great health, safety, success. Johnny Hudson Jr., Devo Bridges, Isaiah Johnson. Go to the Dogs game. Watch the D-line. Get rowdy. Get some sacks. Get some picks. Bet the big boys eat. Shout out to everyone involved here today. Prize Picks, Dervos Deli. Go to Dervos Deli, American Pistachio, FFB Bank, everyone in between. Our wonderful video crew. Jake, you look great today. Like these boys said, buy some merch, unsubscribe, resubscribe, do everything you could do. 5 stars. Follow these guys on the gram. Get your juice merch, and we'll see you next week. Get your piss hot. Fire me up. Bring the juice, baby.